Dad, stop laughing.
Hey Eric, hey Joe, how y'all doing? I need to turn down this sound here. I'm gonna just turn it off altogether. Turn off this altogether, and then come back in here, and then we should be good here. Oh yeah, I wanted to turn the game sounds down just a little bit. It is a little loud. Yep, Joe, it is a Peterbilt for sure. It is Vipers 389, which you can find that obviously in the Steam Workshop. So this is not SCS, this is Vipers 389. You see there. Show you the inside. I'm doing all right, Eric. How you doing? Let me go ahead and adjust this just a little bit. There we go. So we got our first stop set. We'll be going up to Holbrook, which will be our first stop. Yep, just go straight up to 19, up to 77 and stuff. So, how you doing, Joe? Oh yeah, what'd you do today? Do anything special? Or what? Hold on for 1 second here. Close that out. All right. Oh, you ain't doing anything today? Friday? Oh yeah. You got any plans for the weekend? Well, the trip itself is 1,000 miles, so I might do another load after this one, because this is not as many miles as I normally would drive, but probably a couple hours, probably. I mean, I don't know. I mean, because my first stop is 260 something miles. If I keep doing that, it might be a little bit under 2 hours. What are you gonna try out, Joe? So we should be just outside of Tucson. Should be right outside of Tucson, Arizona right now. Some chip mozzarella sticks. Oh, that edge of brake sound amazing. Oh, okay, Eric. No problem, man. Thanks for coming through. Yep, tonight we're having nachos. What are y'all having for dinner later? Oh, what kind of fish? Oh, tilapia. Yeah, I like tilapia. I think that's one of my favorite fish to eat. That and haddock. I like whiting. And I like catfish as long as it doesn't have the bones in there. I just actually had some haddock a couple nights ago with some shrimp. Came out pretty good. I usually buy the Louisiana Cajun fish batter. And it comes out pretty good. Went around that corner a little too fast there. So the horn in here doesn't work, but I did not select horns when I was customizing this truck, so that could be why it's not working. I don't know. Hey, what's up? I did just hit that truck, didn't I?
No, partner, sit down. Sit down. What you been doing? Do what you been doing.
Yeah, don't go in there. They doing something.
I'll just go in my room.
Take a seat. Yep. I think if I had to say a favorite that I like to eat, it would have to be whiting. But I can't really find that in the store right now. Because all they have for fish in the store I go to is like haddock, and that's really it. I haven't really seen anything else. Otherwise, next time you're over, just lay down, pretty much. Hey DeAndre, how you doing? doing all right. We're headed back into Idaho again. We just left Nogales. Heading up to Holbrook, and then we'll be going through Utah. Hey Noah, what's up? How you doing? Yes, the 389, it is free. It is a mod, and it is on the Steam Workshop. So you go to Steam Workshop, you type in Peterbilt Modified 389, then it should come right up within the first few options. It is partly updated to 1.38. Partly. They don't really go into details to what the issues may be, but it's not fully up to 1.38, but it's working enough for you to start driving. So I'm thinking maybe the windows don't work. I don't want to try it because I don't want it to crash my game, but I'm thinking maybe the windows don't work or something. So we should be coming right up on Sholo right now. Spurs. Yep, this is absolutely free. I guess, Joe, you're going to have to let me know how that turned out when you get done making them. Definitely going to have to let me know how those mozzarella sticks come out. Sorry about that. I wasn't even paying attention. Coming up on our first rest stop here in a few miles. I'm going over to Ketchum, Idaho from Nogales, Arizona. Right now I'm going to be stopping in Holbrook though. I already passed up my stop somewhere. Probably back there. That's alright, I'll just stop on the highway. It doesn't bother me none. I need to find some good parking brake sounds. Yeah, they really are bad. And like, I used to use one that was by Mortals. And he had great engine sounds, great parking brake sounds. But I don't know if he updated the profile or not. And I should have checked before I started the stream, but I didn't. I mean, it's all good though. You know, I don't care. But I'm gonna look into it though, because it's like the engine sounds great, the retarder sounds great, but then the parking brake sucks. So oh, you got the shot today? How was it? Hey, what's up? NTV, what's up? How you doing? Oh, so you got breakfast for dinner then? Or you talking about you just got McDonald's for dinner? I think my 4K monitor is going out on me. It keeps cutting on and off. I might have to replace it. I mean, I got a spare monitor in my closet. I might have to swap them out or something. I don't know. Oh, you got McDonald's for what? So what did you get from McDonald's? try to keep the lights off as long as I can. They do mess with my performance a little bit. Oh yeah, I can't do chocolate. Chocolate is just not my thing. Never had a thing for chocolate. I mean, ugh. The Happy Meal. Well, you know me, I haven't had a Happy Meal in probably 30 years. So when I get to my next stop here, it's gonna be a little bit, I'm gonna switch the time up a little bit, so that I'm not driving too much at night. before you do that, hey, go get your. Never mind. Too late now. Never mind. She already up there now. Don't worry about it, Carter. Says she already.
There you go.
I was gonna say. Hold on.
When did you get past that?
I was gonna say you might wanna. All right, hey Eric.
I was like, first of all, if I'm gonna start somewhere,
You are back. Okay. Oh man. Dang it. Spilled that stuff. they might be. No, I think they still down there. They down there.
I'm not gonna lock it.
Don't close it. Old friend. I hadn't heard from you in a minute, man. How you doing? I've been pretty good. How you been? All right, Joe. Oh, that's good. How's life treat you down south? We all good. Just trying to deal with everything that's going on. I think that's the last time I talked to you. Was before all of this COVID stuff was happening. But no, we good. I'm thinking about going back out trucking again. Next month. I bet it's pretty humid down there right now, huh? Out of your room. Okay. Yeah, I'm considering it a whole lot. I'm looking at the beginning of next month. They trying to get me to start on the 4th of August. I'm trying to see how that's gonna work because I have to catch a bus or fly from New York to Charlotte, North Carolina. And then pick up the truck from there, and then I'll start from there. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm still here, but we're looking to move to Arizona though. I don't know when, but yep, I'm considering it. Yep, I'm considering it a great deal still. I like the conversation that me and the company is having, and plus I have a friend of mine that works for the company, and he been running pretty good. They paid like 35 cents a mile. It's a Sprinter van. but he gets like 3,000 miles a week on average. So, you know, I figure if I could make 900, save about, I don't know, 250 of that, use some for gas, you know, that'll easily get me like $600 in my pocket, you know. So I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to, especially during everything that's going on. I mean, because I was driving buses, but I've been out of work since March, and they don't have no plans on calling anybody back, you know. There's a few people that's working there now, but they're just cleaning, you know. They're not driving none of the buses. Not even, like the college shuttle buses are not even running, you know, which we do the shuttle buses for the colleges around here. They're not running no more. So it's like, I thought for sure we would have been back at the latest at the beginning of the month. I thought between June 15th and now we would be back already. And there's no plan in sight for it. I don't know. I think part of it is the place that I work for. I'm not trying to sound biased or, you know, stereotyping, but I mean, predominantly people of color work there. Predominantly. I'm thinking, in my opinion, that the reason why they're not bringing people back is because they realize that people are making way more money now with unemployment than they are working there, and they figure that most people won't come back now anyway because of that. So maybe that's why they're not calling people back. I'm thinking maybe after this week that they'll start calling people back. You know, I still want to go Greyhound. I still consider that because it's just like being out on the road trucking. I mean, you still got to leave your home state unless you already live in Texas. You still got to leave your home state. You still got to travel to where they're doing training. And then once you get hired on, you still got to leave Buffalo and you still got to go to wherever they send you. You know, you might start off in New York here, and then you might end up in California and then work your way back home. You know, you still out for 2-3 weeks at a time. You know, just going into these different cities. Because you start off on the extra board, so you won't even get a dedicated route. So you don't even know where they're going to send you, you know? No, I don't have my own semi. I don't have my own semi, and I only have a Class B, so I can't drive a semi. I consider here and there going to get my Class A, but that requires me to be gone too long. So at least with this job, if I take it, if I go out right now, I'll be back in exactly 3 weeks. With that kind of job, with training and all that other stuff, I'll be gone for almost a month and a half. I don't know if I can do that. So, I don't own my own semi. I'll be driving in a Sprinter van unless the owner decides to get a straight truck, then I'll upgrade to that. But my plan is, if I can, to drive for this guy for a good year and a half. It's probably a year and a half, maybe a little bit more. Save up some money to where I could buy my own van. And then when I buy my own van, I could cut ties with him and go into business myself with that van. And I don't have to worry about paying him 40% of my earnings. Because whatever the truck makes, the owner gets 40% of it and I keep 60%. Which ends up being about 35 cents a mile. So, because if I cut out the middleman and I still get, say, 3,000 miles a week, I could earn upwards of $2,000-3,000 a week. Now, granted, I gotta pay for maintenance. You know, I gotta pay for insurance and fuel and all that other stuff, and maybe a van note, but it'll still be more profitable than working for a fleet owner, you know. It'll definitely be more profitable if I just own my own equipment versus using somebody else's and having to pay them. And then you have to pay company fees. If they charge you fees, like if you decide to, or not if you decide to, but if you have to take a drug test sometimes, depending on who you go through, the company itself, not the fleet owner, but the company that the fleet owner is through, they will charge the fleet owner for a drug test, and then he has to charge you for it, you know, because he's not going to pay for it. I mean, you might find a few that might pay. You know, my last fleet owner paid for a drug test after I was with him for like 6 months, but yeah, you know, you got so many things you got to worry about, you know, when you're driving for a fleet owner. You know, it's not just, you know, the truck earns money, he take 40%, you take 60, because out of that 60%, which might seem like a lot, $900 to $1,000, but you still gotta pay for fuel, you gotta pay for whatever fees that the company imposed on the fleet owner. You know, I mean, it's a whole bunch of stuff you gotta pay for. Then you gotta worry about your showers if you're not getting it for free. You gotta worry about getting food while you're out on the road. You know, sometimes you get lucky if you get a van or a truck that has a powerful inverter, because then you could buy a hot plate and then you could cook, which saves you money. You know, but if you don't have that luxury, then you gotta go and eat out all the time, and then that costs money, and I mean, it could get expensive. Do I want my own semi? If I had a Class A, yeah. But I don't have a Class A right now. I mean, I have a Class B. I mean, if there was a time and a place, probably. But I would have to be somewhere where I can park the truck, you know, because you can't exactly park it in the street, you know. But they cost money, though. I mean, even for a used one, I mean, you're gonna be spending at least 20 grand for a decent one. I mean, I wouldn't mind owning my own Sprinter van for sure. I mean, because I could own that, go to Red Customs Design and have them flip it out, you know, to be expediting friendly, and get my, you know, DOT numbers, my MC numbers, and then just start going, you know. But I'm good, Robert. Just talking about me going back on the road possibly, and would I ever own a semi? I mean, it would be ideal if I had a Class A for sure, but I would have nowhere to, right now it's not ideal for me to get a semi because I wouldn't have nowhere to park it. I would have nowhere to park it. I would have to go maybe like 10 miles away and park it at the Burger King parking lot, and they actually allow semis to park there as long as you let the you know, the general manager know. They allow you to park there. So besides that, I would have nowhere to park at. So, but all that's gonna change because eventually we'll go to Arizona and have a place where I can park it. So, but I'm all right, Robert. How you doing? Class A. When you get your CDL, they got 3 classes. There's a Class A, Class B, and there's a Class C. The Class A allows you to drive anything. You could drive semis, you could drive buses, you could drive whatever. Those are usually, when you have a Class A, it allows you to drive vehicles, and make sure I'm correct, that's 26,001 pounds and over. So anything that's 26,001 pounds and over, that's a Class A. Anything 26,000 and under is Class B. So like, Class B will allow you to drive up to a Greyhound bus or a coach bus. Class A will allow you to drive anything. You can drive a semi, and I don't want to say anything because you won't be able to haul hazardous materials without a hazmat, or stuff like that. But I've seen people with their Class Bs in their hazmat, because certain Class B jobs, like expediting, and you work for FedEx Custom Critical, for example, some of their positions require you to have hazmat or white glove, Hey, Mystical, what's up, man? Hit that sub, but yeah, that's all that is. It's just what you can drive, what you can't drive. All right, no problem, man. I appreciate that. But yeah, I think most states, I don't want to hit that truck. Most states require you to be, I think at least, well, I don't want to say most states. Most companies want you to be at least 23 before you could get a job, with a CDL. Even for a Sprinter van, I know like Bolt Express, they require you to be 23. I think XPO does the same thing. So even if you get your CDL at 18, you still got to do your research and find somebody to bring you on that young, Unless you're going for your Class A, you might get lucky. Hey, thank you for the $2 super chat, Mystical. I appreciate that. I appreciate the $2 donation. Appreciate that a lot. I do. Oh, your last $2. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. So do you do trucking in real life? I know a lot of my followers, they do drive in real life also, so. Or they used to. Hey, that's all right though, man. That is all right. I thought you left, Robert. Oh, you got that shirt too? Where'd you get it from? Oh, Five Below. Yeah. Hey, LaRonda. I wonder if they got one. No, they probably got one big enough. They ain't got no shirt big enough for me, huh? When that said nudes. No.
Huh? I don't go into none of the drugstores, but I think it was it started with Z.
I always forget at that point to not keep going. Oh, okay. Well, first starting off, what's your computer specs? Because that will make a world of difference. Like you don't know like the CPU or I mean the monitor is like irrelevant, but like do you know your CPU, your GPU? Yes, the format will probably switch to where I mean I do some videos like this and I'm gonna do some like vlogging type, similar to what I did before when I was last out on the road, where I did like a weekly recap of the different trips I might have took. Oh, I don't think she did. I've been checking too. Yeah, I've been checking too.
I mean, I'm not going to like message her.
What's all of this
Maybe she
about?
did, yeah.
Let me just have a show.
If you go to your home screen and you type, and you know that little search bar at the bottom left corner, if you type in computer or system information, it'll tell you your specs.
I don't care. I'm gonna do it.
Wait, do this.
fall off of y'all. Ooh. No, tonight ain't that your little cousin? I need to go outside and make sure there's no confidence about I'm glad I'm seeing you Monday, man. I'll be acting like you did not be acting you heard me, right?
But yeah, if you go, like I said, to that search bar at the bottom left corner of your homepage and type in system information, it'll tell you the PC you have installed and the graphics card.
That was an accident.
One of my port ones. No, probably not. I don't know. It depends. It depends. Oh man, you used to have my old computer set up. My last computer build was a 6300, and I had an RX 580. But you can still stream with that. You can still stream with it just fine. I just put it like that. I never streamed at 60 frames. So whenever you stream, tone it down to 30 FPS. And the reason why I say that is because, believe it or not, they say that 720p with 60 frames uses more resources and more CPU than 1080p with just 30 frames. So you keep that in mind when you want to start streaming. My personal recommendation, I would do 720p 60. I know I said what I said before, but I mean, you could do 720p 30 and you'll be fine. But if you want to do any really hardcore streaming, that CPU is going to have to get upgraded. But because you have an FX 6300 and they use an old DDR3 system, you can't really do too much upgrades with the 6300. So any more upgrades, you're going to have to go ahead and get a whole new motherboard to be able to use any type of processors that they have out right now. You know. But other than that, I mean, the 6300, I did okay. Like I said, I toned down the settings. 720p would be your sweet spot. There were certain games that I could not stream with that. I could not stream Firm Bus Simulator. I could not stream Tourist Bus Simulator. Any of those games that was heavy like that and not optimized too well, I could not stream that on that old computer. So, just, you know, that's my tip. You know, if you do it right. You know, you could do 1080 on some games, don't get me wrong, it's possible, but not all games gonna be able to do 1080p 30. You know, some of them you're gonna have to tone it down to 720. I mean, because after all, the 6300 only have 6 cores and 6 threads, so it doesn't leave much room to do any type of, you know, strenuous stuff. So what graphics card do they say you have? Shout out to the Mystical Man for the $2 donation, man. I still appreciate that. Oh, you are in Utah. I didn't know that. I did not know that. I remember you said something about you go to like a family's house or a summer house during them months. I remember you saying that. Yeah, it does, because you gotta think. Well, yes and no. More so it's the amount of stuff you have on your desktop. Whatever you have on your desktop, the computer has to load up all that stuff. And then, see, that's why I say yes and no, because it matters, but it doesn't. Because if it's not running in your background, then it doesn't matter. Overall, it doesn't matter. If you're recording, it might, depending on how much storage you have. But overall, it really doesn't matter. It's your CPU and your graphics card. Those are the main two things. V. IL. And then it is NUN. Yep. But yeah, it all comes down to that CPU and then the graphics card, because they gotta be powerful enough to do a stream, but then they gotta also be in sync with each other. Because if you have a very weak processor but a very strong graphics card, they're gonna bottleneck. And if you have a very strong processor but a very weak graphics card, they're gonna bottleneck. But you're gonna see it when you start recording, when you start streaming. It's just gonna be awful performance all the way around, you know. What kind of graphics card do you have? Because with the CPU, like I said, you're able to do streaming, you're able to do recordings, because I've done it. That's how I started off. Well, no, take that back. That's not how I started off. But videos from like maybe 3 months ago, I used the FX 6300 and I did just fine. I had no issues. I had to tone down some settings, but I had no problem. I was able to record, I was able to stream, I was able to do all that. But I could have done a lot more had I had the right graphics card. Because the graphics card I had was too powerful for my processor. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. See, yours, it may not say it. I'm way out here. Hey, Ernie, what's up? Yeah, yours may not say it. Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna type mines in. Let me see if mines bring it up. I'm gonna type in system information, and so it brings up my processor. It brings up how much RAM I have. Yeah, mines don't even bring up what kind of graphics card I have. Let's see here. Let's see. All right, so here's how I figured it out. Okay, type in device manager, and then when you type in device manager, a little box will pop up. If you go to display adapters and click it, it should tell you what kind of graphics card you have. Yeah, I can. My grandmother, she was an artist, and she taught me how to do that. She's the one that taught me how to do that. So okay, so you might, let me see. That processor might be better for that graphics card. Let me tell you right now, because I just tapped out of the game. Let's see here. So you say you had an FX 6300. Like I said, which is what I had before. And you got an RX 580 or 560. Do you, okay, so yeah, you got a 4 gig one. How much RAM do you have? How much memory do you have? Yeah, my grandmother got me on that. She taught me how to draw real people and faces, and I ran with it ever since. But then I kind of quit doing it for a while. I didn't see any interest in it, and now I'm wanting to get back into it again. So this damn epic gaming stuff keep coming up on my computer. I need to take the whole thing off because I don't even play SnowRunner anymore, really. Okay, so you got 8 gigabytes of RAM. Alright, let's see here. So, you got 8 gigabytes of RAM. So, according to this website, you will not have much of a bottleneck. So, that actually really works out in your favor. You could do, if you're recording, you could do about 1080p. It says with no issues. When you move up to doing 1440 or 2K, you're gonna start having issues where you won't be able to really record, without trouble. And obviously you can't do it with 2K or 4K. So like when you're recording, 1080p is your good spot. When you're streaming, I would still turn it down to 720, but I mean, that's just my opinion. You could try it at 1080. You might like it, and it may not be no issue. But I had to turn mine down. Yes, I am. Streamlabs OBS. I'm not using the regular one. I'm using the Streamlabs one. Well, see, here's the thing. Okay, so when I was talking about that was recording. When you're recording, you can record in 1080p no problem. You could do 1080p 30. You might be able to do 1080p 60. Depends on the game you're playing. This game, you may be able to get away with it if you tone down certain things like shadows, your scaling. If you turn that down, you could probably get away with doing 1080p 60. 1440, which is 2K. You could record it. And if you change certain settings in certain games, you might get away with it. But 1440 is going to be difficult to do with the 6300 that you have. Now streaming, you can't stream in 2K. I don't even try it. I don't want to try it. And 1080p, you might be able to get away with it. But I would say 720p. I mean, it's not ideal today, but you just trying to get yourself out there, It's quality over quantity, People don't mind 1080p as long as you can make it look good. But if you can't make it look good, there's no point in streaming it, 2K bit rate for recording, I usually go with the low bit rate. Well, 2Ks you go with 30 to 40, 30 to 40K, or I'm not sure how they do it, but when I record it, I go with 30 to 40K for my bit rate. Streaming right now, I'm doing 1080p 60. I believe at 4,000. I think. not even gonna go that way. I'm just gonna stay on this highway and get past this exit, and then I'm gonna stop. Right, I mean, that's the, you know, the tips as far as to get going, as far as the hardware part of it, but I'll recommend getting paint.net. Paint.net is a good free software to do thumbnails. I would recommend that. And just looking up how to use paint.net. You know, to do great thumbnails, look up how to do, you know, a good description. You know, learn how to, you know, tag your videos. Just do whatever you have to do to get that extra step ahead. Because you gotta remember, people are already doing what you're trying to do. You know, people are already streaming. They're doing what you already, you know, they're doing what you're about to do. You know, there's people out there with 1 million plus subscribers that's doing the same thing that you're trying to do with nothing. So, you know, you gotta figure out what it is that's gonna make you stand out, you know, that's gonna make you stand out head above the rest. Because it's gonna be hard to try to get what you're trying to do going when you don't have no followers to support you, you know. And you got people like, you know, then you got people like, you know, Jeff Favignano and Squirrel that has almost 1 million subs, and they're doing this exact same live stream, this exact same video that you trying to do, you know. Yeah, I kind of blew that stop sign, but I'm gonna pull over right here. Try to get out of the street a little bit. There we go. So, I mean, like, for me, for example, what gave me the most frustration, and it still does to this day, is that, for example, the Idaho DLC came out. And just with any new release, whether if it's a DLC or actual new game, the developers, they give early access to those that have a lot of subscribers, which I understand the reasoning why they're doing that, because if they do that and they, you know, give a free DLC to people like Jeff, people like Squirrel, people that have a lot of subscribers, it's another marketing ploy, for example, because yeah, SCS, they do what they do, but if they was to be like, hey, Jeff Favignano, Squirrel, the Northern Alex, whoever, if we give you this DLC, could you market our product? And of course they gonna say yes because it's free and they play it, but that gives SCS a broader spectrum for their product to get out there, and in return more people should buy it because they figure Jeff Favignano is going to reach people that SCS couldn't reach. Squirrel is going to be able to reach people that SCS couldn't switch. I mean, that SCS couldn't, you know, reach. The Northern Alex, for example, they're going to reach out to him because he might be able to show us the people that SCS couldn't reach, you know. And it's just a whole, you know, revolving door to where every time something new comes out, they're going to look out to those people and say, here, try my game. And that used to be my biggest frustration because I understand why they're doing it, but I think of it like they already got 1 million subscribers. They don't need the hype no more because they could upload anything with 1 million subs. You could upload going to take a shit, literally, and you would probably get thousands of views in like a matter of hours, because you have the following base. People are gonna follow you regardless of what you do, you know. And that's the part that got me, because I'm like, okay, why not send out free DLCs to those that only got 1,000 subs, 2,000 subs? And I'm not just saying anybody with 1,000 or 2,000 subs, because there's some that has 1,000 subs, and they say that with 1,000 subs, you should have at least every video should be about 100, 200 views. There's some people that have 1,000 subs that might only have 10 views a video. I'm not saying send it to those people, but send it to those people like myself that has 2,000 or so views, that could get 300-400 views in any American Truck Simulator video. You know, my recordings, I could get more views than I can with live streams, but I still gain traction when I stream this stuff. So why not say, hey, instead of sending this free DLC to Jeff, to Squirrel, to the Northern Alex, or whoever else, let's just send it to some of the smaller subscribers, so that they can get the product out there. You may not be able to reach many people, but your channel will grow, because people are looking for early access, you know. So why not do that? And that was my biggest frustration with this YouTube thing, is because people are already doing this. They've been doing it for years, and when all these companies come out with new product, they're not looking at you, they're looking at them. You know, so you have to be able to get past all that frustration, because it's gonna come up, and you're gonna see that, and it's gonna make you mad, because it makes me mad every time I see it. You know, every time I see that, I'm like, why is he up and up? Why? Like, he doesn't need the views, he doesn't need the likes, because he's already got the followers. You know, so why send him this DLC for what? You know, I mean, like I said, I understand them reaching out to somebody because they might be able to reach people that they can't reach. I get that. But at the end of the day, they got their following. It's time for somebody else to get theirs. You know, and then that's just all I'm saying. So, like, you'll face a lot of frustrations being a YouTuber, just because you're going to see people already done what you did. They done it 10 times over. They got probably a professional team doing their stuff. There's some YouTubers I know that don't even edit their videos. They make a video, they send it out to somebody else, and they do all the editing, send it back to them, and they upload it. It happens. You know, and you're going to see that, and you can tell. You know, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm ranting. I'm done ranting, but it is what it is, you know, and it's the truth. You know, I will be on this full time, 8 hours a day, if I had half the following that they had, if I had half the donations they had, if I had half the super chats they have, you know, if I had half of anything they have, I would be on here 8 hours a day easily, because it makes you a full-time YouTuber. 2,000 subscribers, I'm not full-time, I'm just doing this for fun. You know, I enjoy talking to you all. That's why I do it. But if I had 500,000 subscribers, I would be on here all day, every day, 8 hours at least, because it's my full-time job. Because if I'm not on here, it's not making me money. You know, right now, I'm just getting to the point where I'm making $2 a day on YouTube. Whether if I upload or not, I'm making $2 a day. $700-800 a year. That's not a lot, but you know, if SES would just be like, hey, instead of giving Jeff this DLC, let's give the Great Simulator the DLC. I will put that video out there 3 days before release, and I guarantee you I could probably get 100 subscribers within a day or two, just because I put that video out there sooner before anybody else. you know. And I would probably be able to reach the same people that Jeff could reach if you just give me the opportunity to reach out to them. I can reach the same people because YouTube algorithm is going to pick that up, that hey, this is a new DLC that is coming out, something nobody else, it's not even anywhere on YouTube yet. You know, this is a new thing. We're going to put it out there. We know the company. We're going to let it grow, and then that's it.
Stay safe.
Simple as that.
Stay safe, guys. Stay safe.
Like I said, enough ranting. I'm going to go ahead and just get going.
Yeah, because a lot of crazy stuff's happening.
Yep. That's my daughter talking right now. I am. Hey, I'm about to cross into Idaho right now. But yeah, that's just the point that I'm trying to make. I'm like, you know, this is a platform with YouTube that's been out for a decade at least. You know, you're a YouTuber that's coming on right now. You're gonna be doing the exact same thing that people before you done already did. So you're gonna have to figure out what makes you separate from them. You know. Alright, no problem, man.
Idaho.
Oh, you will hope.
Oh, right now.
Oh, that was a good joke. Oh man, Micah said she was a hoe.
No, I didn't. Why put my government on here?
What kind of gum you eating?
Go away.
I appreciate that. I try to do this every other day. Right now I'm bouncing between this and then Grand Theft Auto. So next time will probably be Sunday. Or somebody said stay safe. I mean somebody on here said stay safe. No, you did have to say it. Somebody else said the same thing. I'm not pulling in. I'm just gonna keep going. Oh, I think you're the first to be from Hawaii. I'll keep that in mind. Maybe I'll stream it tomorrow just because you said that. So that you need to stay safe. No problem, man. Like I said, I might do the same thing tomorrow. No, not tonight. Not tonight. I got something I have to do. I would have done it if it was under 2 hours, but this has gotten over 2 hours, so. I mean, I could stay on and then just do it like a one-on-one chat type thing, because I have to step outside for a little bit. So I was saying what I might do is I have to step outside for a bit, is I can still stay on, but then like switch it to where, you know, I'm just talking through the chat, because I have to step outside for a second. Probably. No, I don't know.
this.
Stop!
Oh.
They're not bikes. That's just
Yes, you would.
No. I just wash it down.
Because you'll snitch on your own self.
No. I'll just put water over it.
Okay.